Yeah, so there was this screw. If you guys watched the last video, you guys know there was a loud bang while driving on the highway. So this was the culprit. I think it went in like head first, which kind of makes no sense. I don't know what kind of screw this is, but it was honestly really hard to try taking it out. So I'm gonna just go to Canadian Tire and try the auto section, see if they could help get this one out. Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to Canadian Tire because I do have a flat tire. Well, I had a flat tire, but I filled it up with air, so hopefully, you know, it doesn't leak out till I get to Canadian Tire. I am, you know, checking the air pressure. You might see me check it, you know, every like few minutes, just to make sure we don't have a flat, because I don't want to damage the tire itself. But yeah, the video yesterday, we heard a bang on the highway, and I think that screw is probably the bang I heard, because, you know, it was like an accident or something happened. So probably a screw from the car or something just came off and I ran over it, unluckily. But, you know, it's whatever. You know, driving on the road, stuff happens. You know, cars are supposed to, well, cars are not supposed to break, but it's kind of part of the ownership, you know. Tires break, everything breaks. You kind of just got to replace it, you know. I do drive a lot, so the chances are much higher. But yeah, we're going to Canadian Tire. I tried fixing it myself, but it is, I'm just gonna intervene there. We had enough time to make that turn. That was not FSD's fault. We would have made it. I'm just a little bit more safe with cyclists, because they do be going fast across the intersection. Personally, I think you're supposed to get off and walk across the crosswalk, but I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I tried fixing it myself, but it was really hard to like pull it out, and I didn't know if I was gonna damage it more than it already, you know, was. And I was like, if apparently I damage it more than it could be repaired, then I would have to get 2 new tires for the back. And I was like, you know what, Canadian Tire might not charge me that much to fix it. You know, there's also like, you know, local shops and stuff around that I heard good things about. But we're just gonna try Canadian Tire. Usually when my other cars, I would just get 2 new tires. Kind of a waste, but it's whatever. So yeah, we're getting into this left lane here, and we're just gonna be waiting behind the semi truck to make this left turn. And if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, because I post videos like this one all the time. My Tesla is an older Tesla running hardware 3, using FSD 12.6.4. FSD version 14 Lite is apparently supposed to be coming out, so when that comes out, you're going to be able to see, you know, just how good these older Teslas are at full self-driving. The experience has been pretty good for me. This is my first Tesla, my first FSD experience, so it's really awesome to see these cars work. I'm going to press the accelerator just a bit so we could get through this this green arrow, yellow arrow, and it made that left turn very smoothly. And yeah, well, let me just check my tire pressure. 34 psi. That's not it's not at the recommended, but it's a lot better than 2 psi, which is what it was at yesterday morning. And it's crazy because, like, you know, some other cars, they would have the tire pressure monitor, but it doesn't warn you about it, and sometimes you might have to drive a little bit for it to start working. And, you know, some older cars definitely don't even have any sort of tire pressure monitor. You should be checking your car before driving, you know, make sure it's in safe condition. Rolls-Royce Cullinan, damn, that was nice. All blacked out was really nice. But with the Tesla, it tells you exactly what was wrong with it. I got notifications on my phone last night or the night before, and it was saying that my tire pressure was actually very low. And I thought it was just like, you know, acting up or something, or maybe it was a little colder in the night or something, you know. And turns out in the morning my tire was completely flat. So it's kind of cool that Tesla tells you that on your phone, so you could prepare for the situation if you take a lot of the notifications seriously. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I never thought it would do that. I never thought it'd send notifications over my tire pressure. So I guess now I'll be on the lookout. So if you guys are very, into your maintaining your car and stuff, that stuff could really help you make sure your car is safe for driving. And the car's been accelerating very smoothly, and I'm comfortable even with this little bit of stress, about the tire and my car safety right now, and whether or not I'm going to make it to Canadian Tire. Is FSD is very relaxing, and it's cool how it's able to still drive with it. I thought maybe it would like not drive with FSD. I was using Summon to get out of my garage. Sometimes I like doing that, and it was just it kept saying that my tire pressure was too low, so I wouldn't even use Summon. So yeah, so I guess when the car is driving by itself with no supervision, then obviously it's not gonna want to do that. But I guess when you're in the car, it will still drive. And that truck really got somewhere to be. But yeah, we're parked, we're not parked, but we're stopped very nicely. Very nice gap here. Pretty much how I would drive. Personally, I'm driving a little bit slower, just I want to add a little bit excessive wear on the tires right now. And yeah, thank you guys for all the comments too. I've been reading a lot of your comments, a lot of your opinions. You guys are getting very passionate in the comments. It's really awesome to see. And yeah, keep them coming. I know a lot of you guys are looking to get a Tesla, looking to subscribe to FSD. Any questions about the experience, any questions about, what's it like to own a Tesla, what's it like to drive with FSD every day, just comment down below, because I'll try answering them in a video. Q&A videos coming soon, still just working on that one. It's a little bit more of a different kind of video compared to these ones. It's gonna be a little bit more edited, so it'll be a lot easier to view. Car was turning right there. It slowed down very smoothly though, like it wasn't that aggressive there. Gonna be making a right. This intersection is a very big intersection, so it's going to be interesting to see how it handles this this right. So it's gonna stop just before the crosswalk, and the pillar camera is gonna be able to see if anybody's crossing. No one's crossing, so we could go a little bit more forward. I'm pressing the accelerator just to give it a little bit more visibility. Just gonna pass the crosswalk, make sure we're not making the situation less safe for pedestrians. And yeah, just comment down what you guys what questions you guys have about Teslas and FSDs, or FSD system. What's it like to own, what's some of the issues, some things to look out for. Comment down below, and I'll try answering it. And if you guys own a Tesla and use FSD and you guys just love watching the videos, I see a lot of you guys own Teslas yourselves. I'm gonna press the accelerator just so we could get through this intersection there, and it did very smoothly. I just pressed it just a little bit. I didn't have to press it too much. The car's still driving. I'm not driving. I'm not pressing the brake or nothing. I'll tell you guys what I'm pressing and what I'm really doing. But yeah, if you guys own a Tesla, if you guys use FSD, check out some of the comments and answer anybody's questions. My opinion is just my opinion of my experience with Tesla. Maybe you have a worse experience, maybe you have a better experience. The light has turned yellow, yet we're switching lanes, and it came to a stop, even though it was a pretty radical change in the driving situation here. It went from a green light, and it thought it was going to be a safe safe time to switch lanes there, but it turned red, and it still operated the vehicle very smoothly. That was very nice, very smooth. Now we're right behind this Maserati. But yeah, my opinion is my opinion, but maybe you guys have a different opinion on Teslas and FSD and you guys own one. It'll be valuable to other people looking to get one, and you might help someone make their lives just a little bit easier, because buying a new car is always stressful. I hate getting cars. Like, it's just the most stressful time ever. You're like, did I make the right decision? Should I got this? Should I got that? You know, is this gonna be the best for long term? And it's just, you know, it's just stressful sometimes. You know, sometimes you just want to get the best car for your family, and, you know, a car you're gonna enjoy, and a car that's not gonna, you know, ruin your life or make your life a lot more difficult. You know, you guys want to get the best for your situation, and, you know, Teslas might offer that kind of experience for you. It might be the best for your situation. So just, you know, just comment down below, help other people out. And yeah, we're accelerating smoothly. We're gonna be there shortly. It's almost here, and so far we're surviving. I'm gonna check the tire pressure one more time. 34 psi. We're surviving. We're almost there. I honestly didn't think we're gonna make it. I honestly thought I was gonna pull over and just walk to wherever I need to go, and just I guess put my Tesla in camp mode and just live in it, to be honest. You know, thought it was over. But we're almost here. Now, hopefully, Canadian Tire will fix my Tesla. I don't know if they have a no Tesla policy or something. I don't know. I never really took this to anywhere, actually, like for anything really. But I knew tires were going to be the first maintenance, and maybe the, you know, the low voltage battery. I'm still like learning the maintenance schedule and stuff for Teslas. It tells you in the app, so if you guys don't know, you guys could go in the app and it tells you what you guys need to do. Mine's is like wiper blades and tire rotation. You got to rotate the tires a lot, and I think I'm just gonna do that myself. And yeah, gonna be waiting to make this left turn here, and the left lane is clear, so we're gonna hopefully get into the left lane here. It's a little jittery. It's deciding whether to go or not. It's very, very jittery. It doesn't know if it should go. Car is flashing me. This is too tight. Maserati, please let me through. Maserati, we can make this light. I don't think FSD was gonna do that. And I'm gonna let it take over for this left turn here. And we made it, guys, to Canadian Tire. There it is. We're gonna be turning in. I'm gonna do a little bit of auto park so you guys can see car coming in. We're making to this right here. It's going over here, and I'm gonna disconnect and just park somewhere here. And yeah, we're gonna be doing the auto park into this parking spot. You can see the cameras, you can see where it's looking to go, what's it trying to do, and it did that pretty nicely. It's just very slow. That's the problem with the system. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. I post videos like this one all the time. Check out some of the links in the description, you know, to help support the channel. Check out some of the playlists. I have long form playlist, shorts playlist, and auto park playlist. And yeah, I'm gonna get this tire fixed and hopefully keep the videos coming. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace. The awesome people at the auto center were able to help me out. It only took around an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I stepped out and I came back and it was pretty much done. Cost around $56, which is not that bad. The repair kit that I tried to use was around $20, so $56 is pretty cool. And also they gave me a free chip bag, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, like and subscribe, guys, and see you guys in the next one.